Hello to everyone and welcome back to FPL Animate. My name is Oded. In this video I will name some of the players in Game Week 3 who got great fixtures ahead of them and can be considered a captaincy choice. Some will look like the safe choice to go with, some of a solid pick for this game week, and one a risky pick who got the potential to become something big. So I'll start with the safe choice, and probably he will be the biggest pick for the captain shield from all the players this week. Antonio showed in the past two games that he is the real deal, with 3 goals and 3 assists and a dominant performance in both of those games. Many just waiting for him to get injured like every season, but for now he is the best strikers to own because of his form, the fixtures West Ham have, and they expect goals and assists that are very high for him. Against Crystal Palace at home, you expect he will continue to get those numbers and returns, even though in his 7 matches against them in the past season he didn't manage to score, but got 6 assists. With Benrahma, who performed great as well so far, and with Bowen and Forlan who's starting to get in shape, I can see him continue to get returns and reward the people who chose him, almost 37%, and probably it will rise till deadline. It will make sense to captain him even though there are so many great options this week, but none of those options play better than him for now, so he is my first safe pick for captaincy. Son had a great preseason numbers and was great against Manchester City in Game Week 1. In Game Week 2 he had a solid game, but for some reason he didn't take the penalty. With Harry Kane definitely stay for now in Spurs, he will return to his original position as a winger, and that's not a bad news at all. He did score 17 goals and got 11 assists last season from that position. And now he got one huge target once again to pass the ball to and get more chances to get returns when Kane is on the pitch. He played 9 games against Watford and had 5 goals and 1 assist in previous seasons. So at home against them now I can see him, and Spurs gain a 3rd win in a row. Watford didn't score against Brighton away, and some of their players play on the EFL Cup against Palace on Tuesday. All that will affect their team, and Spurs can take advantage of that and play how they know. The other safe pick, and one that no one talking about much, is Vardy. Because of his high price, his age, or because there are so many good strikers with lower price than him. He was almost ignoring the fantasy talks. Well, almost, cause 15% still own him and probably waited for this game against Norwich at home to get their big points. Leicester only scored twice in 2 games, against a tough defense of Wolves and against West Ham when they had to play with 10 men the whole the second half. With their firepower on the pitch and on the bench, you expect the Leicester offense to be a lot more productive. Iheanacho and Daka hardly played, Barnes and Maddison still not delivered the numbers you expected from them, and Perez sent off last game with a direct red card. So the game against Norwich come in a perfect time. Leicester can go up with a much attacking formation against a very weak defensive side. With Perez suspended for 3 league games, Iheanacho, Daka, or even Sumara can replace him and make a very scary offensive side. If one of them will start, Vardy will have a great attacking players all around him, and he might get big numbers like he had last year against Sheffield United when he scored once and passed 3 assists. I can see that happen at home against Norwich, so if I had him in my team I probably had chose him for the captaincy shield before Son or Antonio. Danny Ings against Brentford. That will be the first time for him facing this club. Brentford did look good at home against Arsenal, but keep in mind Arsenal play without a natural striker and still managed to create 22 shots, 4 on target. Crystal Palace were able to make half of that, so Brentford defense were solid but a little bit lucky as well. Aston Villa offense was nothing as we imagined before the season started. They look great in the preseason game, Buendia seems like the real deal. I personally thought he would explode against teams like Watford and Newcastle. With the injury of Watkins and Bailey still not starting, Aston Villa looked a little bit grey, getting a lucky penalty against Watford on the 97 minutes and a great strike by Ings against Newcastle, showing that Aston Villa have a potential for so much more. 4 goals in 2 games is okay, and I guess as the season continue and key players come back they will look better. Ings for now doing his job, 1 goal in each game with 1.5 shots on goal in 90 minutes so far. Against Brentford at home, he should continue to get some returns, and if Watkins and Bailey will come back to the starting lineup, he should get a lot more balls and life will be much easier for him to produce some returns and some big points. I pick him as a solid choice because the way Aston Villa played right now and the low chances Ings get around the goal so far. And another thing, if Watkins or Bailey or both will start, that means Al Ghazi will be on the bench probably. Then Ings will get the penalty as well if there will be one. What more can I say about Benrahma? I put my eyes on him since the preseason games when he was just all over the pitch, and by the look of it so far he didn't stop to be all over the pitch with 12 points in each game, and a lot of respect now from people who overlooked him based on his last season. I think he was on by as many as 3 or 4% on the first game. Now he'll probably cross the 25% till deadline. Everyone wants to jump on that wagon. The question is it not too late? Yeah, he had 2 great games and Crystal Palace looked like a great opportunity to get good numbers as well. But on the other hand, he is not Salah or Fernandes that we can say without a doubt that they can score every single game. No problem. He is still a mid player who was in the best shape of his life. So he is a solid pick for captaincy based on his previous game and the fact of the majority of Palace players who usually start play against Watford in the EFL Cup in the middle of the week. So that give advantage to West Ham defense and offense who had their week rest until this game. Last but I hope not least, for the risky pick for this week is Harvey Barnes. I admit that I own him and he broke my heart twice already with only 4 points in 2 games and a very weak performance after he played so well against Manchester City in the Community Shield. Most people saw him as the go-to guy this season in Leicester after he came back from a long injury. But so far, it's not it. So the game against Norwich is probably his final chance to perform well before everyone will give up on him and start selling him after this week. And he cannot get a better team to redeem himself. Worst defense in the league. Leicester play at home. Probably Leicester will play in a very attacking formation, so this is it. This is the perfect moment for him and for Leicester to put behind their defeat against West Ham and put some goals in the game. So yeah, it's a very risky captaincy choice, but I like to give that option too, just to spice things up. Imagine if you pick him as your captain and he performs so well. I doubt if anyone else will captain him this game week or every game week, but this game he has to perform well, so maybe, just maybe, he will get the big points. So this is the list for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video and the graphic as well. Give it a like and please, if you like my content and the animation, press the subscribe button, it will help me a lot. And comment about who your captain this weekend and why. See you on my team selection video. Goodbye and good luck to all.